Are there crowds in China? Let's ask Winston and Matthew at ADVChina.
I think that if you don't like crowds, you're absolutely going to hate it.
Oh yeah.
You're going to despise this place.
Yeah.
It was really, really stressful to be amongst all those people. And I'm the kind of guy that likes a kind of crowd. I like the social environment of everything. And China's really the place to be if you like that kind of stuff.
Why pay a ticket to go inside when we can just go down a little road and enjoy the scenery, you know, all by ourselves? But I think we all kind of know the answer to that, and that is that Chinese people, when they go out, they really enjoy to go out in numbers. They enjoy the whole crowd, and they enjoy the fun of the renao. So today is the fact that Chinese people love crowds, and they love people. They love to be in amongst the sort of throbbing masses.
Thanks, guys. So, if you love crowds, China is the place for you. The Chinese love renao and the throbbing masses. Got it. But then, what's this?
Winston,
Yes.
what's going on here?
It seems like they're having little dance battles on the street, and they have what?
I was just going to say, I was going to tell the audience, a very simple way to know that we're not in China is that there's massive crowds.
All right.
And it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But in China, you're not allowed to assemble things like this in big groups, right?
No.
You
You'll
need a
get
permit.
chased away.
What?
A very simple way to know that we're not in China is that there's massive crowds.
So, if there's massive crowds, it isn't China. Yeah, that does sound weird. Mostly because it is the exact opposite of what he said 2 years ago.
I'm the kind of guy that likes a kind of crowd. I like the social environment of everything. And China's really the place to be if you like that kind of stuff.
All right.
And it sounds weird.
Yeah.
But in China, you're not allowed to assemble things like this in big groups, right?
No.
You
You'll
need a
get
permit.
chased away.
They really should announce the weekly stereotype at the beginning of each program. Getting on board the hate train shouldn't be this difficult. They're done, for now, complaining about China's crowds, the faceless, uniformed, defeated masses of China. Today, they're complaining that crowds aren't allowed. China's leaders' fear of the masses. Here is a video I took in Shunda, just south of Guangzhou. It is exactly what ADVChina says you cannot see in China. I lived in Guangzhou, China for 5 years. I saw street performers hundreds and hundreds of times. I saw singers with boom boxes, groups of disabled people who took turns singing or dancing. I saw monkey trainers, product demonstrators, traditional musicians, rock bands, but seldom police. I never once saw police chase such a gathering away. It is impossible to believe that anyone traveling to a large city in China could miss noticing the crowds and street performers. I knew other expats who only went out to go to expat bars. Perhaps that way one could miss seeing all of China. In Guangzhou's expat bars, there were always a few Westerners who presented themselves as experts on China. But when talking to them, it was clear that they had acquired all their knowledge prior to arriving in China. They all had the same ideas about Guangxi and face. They talked a lot about Mao. They often sat explaining China to the Chinese. Winston and Matthew remind me a lot of those drunk experts in Guangzhou's expat bars, repeating the same cliches they learned at home. By now, it is absurd to believe ADVChina on any subject. A year ago, they claimed China is the place of dreadful crowds. Now they claim China is dreadfully lacking in crowds. The only thing consistent in their videos is the condescending tone. At times, the Chinese delight them. At times, they disgust. But always, the Chinese are ignorant children in need of enlightenment at the nearest expat bar. Clearly, there are crowds in China. Anyone with eyes can see it. So, why are they lying about it now?
I think we all kind of know the answer to that.
Here are some clips from YouTube videos that show exactly what I'm talking about. There are many, many, many of them. I'll leave some links below.
我们现在就是街头嘛，靠的还是对就是这种形式的热爱，它可以跟你的听众在3米之内交流。街头表演最迷人的地方，我感觉吧，就是你永远不知道下一秒会遇见什么样的人、什么样的事，会牵扯出什么样的故事。
זה השקט שלפני הסערה